small business, or big corporation. Today, we're talking with somebody that's done it all. Welcome to the Garage Authority Podcast, powered by A1. I'm your host, Jonithan Phillips, and today, I'm actually bringing on one of my best friends, the one and only Matthew Stevens. What's up, brother?
What's up, buddy? How are you?
I'm great, and I'm excited for today's episode because me and Matthew have a history to where we've worked together. We've worked at A1 together, but also Matthew was a garage door business owner for a successful company in Nashville. And I wanted to bring him on. One, we can get two things out of this episode today for you as a listener. One, if you're thinking about starting your own home service business. And then two, there's pros and cons between a big company like A1 and the mom and pop shop. And it goes either way. So I think we have probably the number one expert in the company fresh on it where we can actually talk about these things. First off, I'm so happy that you're back at A1.
Me too.
How was it going? You've gone through the academy twice now.
Yeah. Yes. It's wild, man. First of all, I want to apologize for calling you buddy. But, it's a personal thing. No, the experience is awesome. I love the academy. I really do. To be honest with you, like my end game, my goals, this is where I want to be.
Yeah.
I want to be a trainer.
Yeah.
So the academy is awesome, but it is a lot leaving your family for a month at a time.
Yeah, for sure. So when you came through the first time, I think it was a very small class. I think it was like 7 people.
No, it was 4.
And we lost people. One. Yeah. And so that's honestly how we became so close. We really got to know each other because it was just all day, every day.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And compared to that experience and how we were training back then to now, you're with a class of 60 because it's the regular now. And then everything that's changed in the academy. How dramatic of a difference has that been?
Man, it is night and day.
Yeah.
Going from the smallest class ever to legitimately the largest class ever.
Yeah, you've been on the extremes of both.
Opposite ends of the spectrum there. It's very different. When I was here last time, we had in the apartments, we had 3 guys in one apartment and everything else was vacant.
Mm-hmm.
So there wasn't the camaraderie that I'm getting out of this one, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Meeting a lot of new people, getting to pull from different aspects of life and different experience. It's awesome. I really do like the bigger class.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And that I can't thank you enough because I was talking with Aaron Davis. He was on the podcast before.
Great guy.
Love him to death.
Great guy.
Does a wonderful, wonderful impersonation.
He does.
But between you having experience here and, you've kind of been like a big brother guide and the Wellborn guys that have experience that came through the academy as well. Mm-hmm. There's something really special whenever you got a guy like you that comes to the academy and can help those unknown fears that students have or things that they kind of overthink, and you actually know what's important and what to focus on. Because we do train on a lot because we want to give you everything, but I understand it can be overwhelming. So I want to thank you for being basically a guest instructor in the academy.
Definitely. It's been fun. Being able to share my experience with the people that don't have any is very, very cool. And we just piggyback off of the instructors.
Yeah.
Right. The one positive I had to being here the second time that a lot of people don't have is that I kind of know how A1 does things.
Yeah.
Right. So a lot of people were coming to me asking me how the tests are going to go and how this is going to work and how that's going to work. So it was really cool, kind of like you said, being a big brother to these guys.
Yeah. Now, getting into the meat and potatoes of the actual podcast is because there is probably someone out there that wants to start their own business. And I kind of want to talk about those feelings about like what inspired you to start your own garage door company and what drove you and inspired you to do so.
Okay. Well, so first of all, it wasn't in the plan.
Oh,
it was not. It was not the plan. So when I started with A1 the first time, which was April of 23, I wanted to give A1 my all, but unfortunately, my family dynamic didn't allow me to kind of stay out as late as I needed to. So I couldn't give A1 what it needed, right? So I ended up ultimately leaving, and my wife and I discussed, what should I do? What's the next step? And we decided that moving into my own company was kind of the best thing for us. It allowed me to dictate my schedule, and kind of do what I needed to do to be there for my son.
Yeah.
And that was our main concern at the time. She worked nights, so I had to be home at a certain time. I loved it. I loved owning my own business. It was definitely experience. And what was really cool was I kind of took a lot of what A1 taught me and implemented it into my business because I love the way we do things here.
Yeah. Now, what was the hardest part about being a business owner that kind of caught you off guard?
I haven't been able to turn off my phone in 3 years. I am so tired of having to field calls all day, every day. You know, people talk about being on call and how stressful it can be.
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, we get 1 day a week here. I was on call 24/7.
Yeah.
You know, so ultimately it was between that and then just kind of the inventory and everything on the back end that nobody thinks about.
Yeah.
Right. You as a tech, you're out there just kind of doing your thing. And when you go home, you go home. When you own your business, there is no time.
Yeah.
So it's rough.
Now, you did have a successful business, and we've talked about it, so maybe I'll illuminate a little bit. You know, whenever you talk about it doesn't turn off. You know what I mean? It's not the 9 to 5 and, you know, we'll do a better job tomorrow. It's nope. Now you got to go home and clean up and prepare and, you know, whether it's booking calls, whether it's routing stuff out, whether it's inventory, warranty work, you know, making sure your books are good on the back end, making sure that IRS doesn't come at you for something crazy. But you were doing very well. And, you know, it gets to a point to where that's setting your own schedule like at the beginning, but you are good at what you do to where it got really busy and then you were kind of in the same boat, but it was double the pressure to make stuff happen. So what's really cool is you're able to come to A1, open arms, because we loved you and we've missed you. And the fact that you can still make that livable, comfortable wage without all the pressure of being a business owner.
Yeah, it's awesome.
You know what I mean? Like that's what I feel A1 offers to technicians, you know, because there's a lot of technicians that go out and they're like, maybe I want to do my own thing. And I'm like, dude, more power to you. Tommy will tell you how to do it. Yeah. He's very upfront about that. But it's always that, and the unfortunate thing and what's amazing about you is you were successful. A lot of the guys, not so much. So how would you prepare somebody, and not just garage doors, but, you know, there's a guy that wants to start his own pest control company. There's a guy that wants to, you know, landscaping and pool service, and there's a lot of home services. What advice would you give to those people so they can come out without rose-colored glasses?
Love the grind.
Love the grind.
Love the grind. If you don't love the grind, if you don't enjoy working all the time, you're never going to make it.
Yeah.
Owning your own business is a 24/7 job. It never stops. It's go, go, go until you're slow.
Right.
That's just all there is to it. I enjoyed it, like I said, but it is so convenient and so relaxing to be able to come here and make the same kind of money I was making there.
Yeah. Now, what as a business owner, and depends on the day you ask me, that the client is always right? Yes. Give you whatever you want. But how was it as a business owner? And it's a very small percentage, but there are those clients with just like unreal expectations or think that you're going to completely flip the way that you do business for them. How was it dealing with clients like that, to where it's not the manager's going to take care of it at the back end and don't worry about it, just do your next thing? Like, nope, this person's on your phone constantly for something ridiculous.
I only had a couple of those.
Yeah, that, like I said, it's very rare, but
it is. It's rare, but you know, you have to draw a hard line for yourself, and you have to draw that hard line for the client.
Yeah,
you know, and it's not to say that they're wrong necessarily, but there's certain ways we do things and certain ways we don't. If it's not a safe practice, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
If it was going to cause potential issues in the future, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Right. And I just had to be honest with them and say, look, this isn't what you need. I know you think it is, but it's really not.
Yeah.
We need to do this the right way and make sure that it's done so you're safe.
Yeah, I think that's the ultimate, especially when it comes to garage doors. It's always can we bypass the safety eyes?
Yeah.
Can we just turn up the forces even though the springs are not performing, just to make
Right.
the operator push through it? Can we, do a fabrication job instead of ordering a part that's engineered to actually carry that load and that weight? It's always those situations to where I'm like, nah, it's just not worth it. It's
That's
not
that
worth
hard
it.
line, man.
Yeah. It's not worth it. Now, you've seen both sides. You work for a corporation. A1 is a big company. I think it's the closest you can get to family atmosphere at this size. And you've also been the mom and pop shop. There's pros and cons, but what are things that a mom and pop shop can offer, and what are things they cannot compared to a big company?
Pricing is the biggest.
Yeah.
Honestly, when you don't have the overhead, pricing is huge.
Yeah.
So that would probably be the biggest. With a mom and pop shop, you kind of, you're going to see the same person every single time.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a comfortability for homeowners in that.
Mm-hmm.
With a big corporation, you don't necessarily see the same person every time, but you do have the process, right? So the process will be the same.
Yes.
So there's, like you said, there's pros and cons. Ultimately, price is probably the biggest.
Yeah.
But you never know where stuff is coming from at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I worked with a company that would produce their own hardware and ship it over here. And I mean, was it the same gauge steel? Yes, it was. But was it the quality?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's nice being able to have a corporation that backs like every single part that they use.
I think that's the biggest thing. It's availability too, because I mean I come from small towns as well, and there are some garage door companies and guys that I know from those small towns, and the biggest ones that I see as far as headaches of them running a business is they're like, oh, I have this warranty call and I'm just too booked up and I can't get to it for 2 weeks.
Yep.
That's a problem.
No, for sure.
That's a problem.
I had that same problem.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Then there's the, okay, a little bit of a familiarity. It's Matt, he's coming out all the time. You get a good price for sure. But to what you're saying, quality, assurance, and then also if there is something wrong. In Phoenix, for example, I have 50 techs that have all gone through the same certification and training, and I can get them out to you any day. So as a homeowner, you really got to pick what's the most important to you. And I think A1 provides a quality and convenience at the same time. But there's mom and pop shops that do it well out there too. I think it just depends on your location. But to say I don't want to use a mom or pop shop, or to say I don't want to use a giant corporation, it's like I think you should call up both and see what they have to offer you and make the best decision for your home. Definitely.
That's making the best decision for yourself and for your family and your situation is ultimately what you need to do.
It's the most important thing.
It's if you're balling on a budget, right? You most definitely, if you need to use a mom and pop shop, do what you got to do. Make sure that they're doing things the right way. Make sure that everything is warranted properly. But if they do that, definitely go through it.
Yeah. And then how many, you as a small business owner, obviously going to, manufacturers and distribution centers like Clopay or Amar or whatever was in your area. I mean, what did you see as far as quality with other small mom and pop shops or fly by night or one guy that just does this on the weekend? Like, what type of stuff did you see?
Yeah, you're going to see people pulling up in minivans with ladder racks. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not shaming them because that's honestly how I started.
Yeah.
I had a 2005 Chrysler Town and Country.
Nice.
And I threw a ladder rack on it, and for the first 3 months of my career with business I owned, I ran out of that.
Yeah.
You're gonna see wild stuff, man. You'll see, people in trucks and they open the door and beer cans spill out, and
Seen it.
you'll see people that are professional,
Yeah.
people that they pull up and everything looks good. And there's just such a big spectrum of
Yeah.
what you really do see at distribution centers from like, ooh, I don't know that I would use him, to, hey, that guy looks like he's kind of really got it together.
Yeah. So kind of a flavor of the day, kind of when
Yeah,
you get into those.
yeah.
Yeah.
You get there at 7 a.m. when they're opening, you get the good guys, and you get there at 10 and you're like,
Maybe
but
that's the secret. Go to a distribution center for garage door parts. Just go look at companies that drive by and how they
Yeah.
pick up their parts. I
Yeah.
think you'll find out really quick if they're professional or not.
Yep.
So, if you had any advice for students that are going to come through the academy on a final note, because we're covering a lot of subjects with this episode,
sure.
but I think you're one of the few people. There's some other guys that have done maintenance tech and installer and stuff, but being a business owner yourself, running in a truck, being a technician at A1, going through the academy twice, if you had to give anyone that came to this company a map to the road of success, what would you tell them?
Be ready.
Be ready.
There's a lot that goes into it, but it is so fulfilling. Coming to A1, if you, I know I've heard in the past, like, drink the Kool-Aid, right?
Mhm.
But if you really do kind of buy into the way the company is ran, and you can see every company you're going to go to is going to have its quirky little things that you may not like.
Mhm.
If you can get past those couple things that you can't wrap your head around, A1 is the place to be for sure.
Yeah.
I came back for a reason. I closed my business. So when I shut down on Saturday.
Mhm.
I cleared my truck on Sunday, and I started with A1 Monday. So like, I came back for a reason. The academy is a lot. It prepares you though. So as long as you can keep your head on straight and you're here for what you're here for, you're gonna do great. Pay attention, listen to the instructors for sure. They do know what they're talking about. Some people I've heard, oh, that's not how I do it. Well, that's how A1 does it. So I don't know what to tell you. But it's great. It's an experience. It's a lot of camaraderie. It's a lot of gaining brothers. It's worth it.
It's worth it.
It's worth it.
Brother, I'm so happy to have you come back. I am so happy that I get to visit Nashville soon, so I'll definitely
Love
be
it.
stopping by.
Love it.
It's going to be awesome. I'm going to go talk to, a couple other garage door companies around there, because the industry is changing for the better.
Yeah.
To where people are trying to build that same culture. So we got nothing to hide, and we'll share exactly how to do it with anybody. You don't have to be a part of A1. But brother, I love you so much.
Love you, brother.
Reunited, and it feels so good.
Yes, sir.